The Nigerian police force was established with the primary responsibility of ensuring that rule of law prevails in our actions and activities to make Nigeria safe and secure, operating with the principles of democratic policing based on international core values of policing with integrity. It was with these core values in mind that the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Botun Idris, in conjunction with the Leadership newspaper, organized a 2-day national security summit with the theme Forging Partnerships for Effective Strategies to Curb the Menace of Kidnapping, Recurring Farmers-Herders Clashes, and Criminality in Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari, represented by the Minister of Interior, Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Dambazau, in his address stated that it is reassuring to note that the Nigerian police force is putting in place policies to actualize the vision of the Buhari administration.
The Nigerian police is effectively and efficiently re-establishing civil authority in the liberated areas of the Northeast. It is instructive to note that government has also launched the National Counter-Terrorism Strategy, which prioritized intelligence collection, as well as defining the role of individual players within the security architecture in the fight against terrorism.
He assured the Nigerian police of his administration's support in carrying out institutional reforms and restructuring geared towards revamping the Nigerian police in line with global best practices.
I want to assure the Nigerian police of my administration's support in carrying out institutional reforms and restructuring geared towards revamping the Nigerian police in line with global best practices. We are keenly aware of the enormity of the task at hand, ranging from manpower shortage as a result of recruitment and training challenges, and inadequate operational and logistic resources, among others. It is paramount to note that efforts are already advanced to tackle these challenges with the recruitment of 10,000 police personnel to address manpower shortages, as well as improved budgetary allocation for the police to alleviate its operational, logistics, and welfare challenges. May I use this opportunity to call on the organized private sector to intensify their efforts in complementing government further by more investment in the security sector in pursuant to their corporate social responsibility activities. It is my belief that this conference will generate new ideas, which will ensure that our nation's security challenges are surmounted, and we can confidently deliver to our people a secure Nigeria. May I also personally thank the Inspector General of Police and their entire police force for organizing this conference.
He added that the Buhari administration has entered into bilateral and multilateral collaborations with other nations and international organizations in its efforts to improve the nation's internal security challenges.
There is need to first ensure and guarantee security for those who want to invest their wealth into agriculture. So our idea is to ensure that we have these rangers who will be armed to protect the agricultural investments and to protect farmers and herders alike, so that that sector will be able to be well secured and people will be comfortable enough to invest their wealth in it.
In his address, The Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Otun Idris, said no nation can develop its full potentials socially, politically, and economically without adequate security, peace, law and order, and that it is pertinent to state that within available resources, security agencies and the police have been able to stabilize the polity.
That no nation can develop its full potentials socially, politically, and economically without adequate security, peace, law, and order. This postulation is aptly captured in our Constitution under Section 14(2)b, where it states that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. It is generally agreed that there has been a lot of improvement in our security since this government assumed power in 29th May 2015. Within the available resources of the force, in collaboration and synergy with other security agencies, the police have been able to stabilize the polity. Huge successes were recorded in the fight against kidnapping and other violent crimes nationwide. The Nigerian Police Force provided adequate security that ensured peaceful and orderly elections, like governorship elections in Edo and Ondo states, and hitch-free parliamentary elections in Imo, Kogi, Rivers, and Kano states. Other achievements such as the deployment of special police forces to Kaduna, Niger, Benue, Kogi, and Osun states have gone a long way to stabilize the polity. We strive to take all necessary steps to address the public perception of the force by the citizens. Some of these measures include the launching of our creed nationwide, and the change begins with me mantra of the current government, which was launched in all police commands in the country. The launching of the police creed was carried out in line with our principles of conducting police activities in line with policing principles throughout the country. For the benefit of our audience, the present police creed, drawn in line with principles of democratic policing, includes the following provisions. We shall police the country based on internationally recognized core values of policing with integrity. We shall ensure that the rule of law prevails in all our actions and activities. We shall respect diversity, display courage, show compassion, and demonstrate professionalism. We shall operate within the principles of democratic policing. We shall shun corruption. We shall make Nigeria safer and secured. Over the years, the Nigerian Police Force, saddled with the responsibility of policing the country, has been grappling with fundamental challenges which tends to impede its optimal performance. Among these challenges are funding, shortfall in manpower, and training and in-training of its personnel. The issue of police funding has been critical to all past police reform panels in 1994, 2002, 2008, and 2015. However, the issue of funding, as highlighted in those police reform initiatives, is yet to be critically addressed.
He decried some of the critical areas of challenge which impedes its optimal performance.
The domination of recruits of the Niger Delta and other regions against saboteurs and oil theft. In our effort to enhance security over the country, the Nigerian Police Force is increasing the capacity to respond swiftly to challenges in various states of the Federation through the establishment of more police mobile force squadrons. The support of the state governments who donated facilities for the use of the force as operational basis for our special needs. So far, 7 additional police mobile force squadrons have been established in the following states: Osun State, Ilesha; Ogun State, Nsukka; Taraba State, Takum; Niger State, Kwantagora; Plateau State, Shandam; and Kaduna State, Kafanchaja.
Speaking on the police force efforts in stepping up to enhance security all over the country, He said the police is increasing the capacity to respond swiftly to challenges in all states of the Federation through the establishment of more police mobile force squadrons with the support of state governments.
We have therefore established a school to train close protection units personnel in order to enhance their capacity, and also the plan to establish more close protection bases in all states of Federation has been concluded. We therefore thank all state governors that provided facilities for the use of spaces for our special protection units nationwide, and also solicit to those who are yet to do so to support us with same in their individual states accordingly. So far, 14 special protection bases have been established in the following states of the Federation: Anambra State, Imo State, Enugu, Plateau, Nasarawa, Ogun, Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa, Borno, Yobe, Ondo, and Zamfara states. Each one we are established a close protection units in these states. We also wish to solicit for the other remaining state governments to follow up and make available facilities in their states for the establishment of new close protection bases in their state. This will go a long way to strengthen the police mobile force squadrons in their assigned role to face their responsibilities to respond professionally to violent crimes when necessary. Security is everybody's business, and we should all join hands to address the security challenges together. As major stakeholders, we should give maximum support to the recently established Eminent Persons Forum in each individual state of the Federation, which is meant as a forum for major stakeholders in our individual communities to discuss and provide solutions to security challenges in each of our communities.
Chairman of the occasion, His Eminence Alhaji Dr. Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar III, the Sultan of Sokoto, in his address said the summit couldn't have come at a better time than now, especially when we are faced with a series of security challenges in the country.
To this very important summit, which couldn't have come at a better time than now, especially when we are faced with series of security challenges in our country. From kidnapping, farmers' hardest splashes, illegal oil bunkering, so many notorious activities by criminals that really push the strength of our security agencies, or rather tested the strength of our security agencies. I would like to thank the security agencies for being strong enough to face these challenges.
He added that there should not be sacred cows in the issues of criminality, that all hands must be on deck to fish out criminals amongst us.
But it's important for us to know we must be very honest with ourselves. And I would like to thank the IG for convening this summit once again, though it's been postponed a series of times, but we all believe God's time is the best. This is the time God said we will meet for this program. And all the inconveniences some of you suffered due to postponements are not intentional or intended upon you, but I believe it's worth it that we are back once more. Let's have this as one forum that will take decisions and go back to our various places and implement those decisions. Our problem is implementations of decisions we have taken, either due to dishonesty, due to lack of seriousness, due to selfishness on our parts. Because when an issue affects your brother of ethnic stock or religious background, you turn your face away. A criminal is a criminal, whoever that person is. If we can put our hands together to fish out criminals amongst us, because we know some of them, but some of us as traditional leaders, we don't have any authority to send them to jail. And that's why it's important for us to work hand in hand with the security agencies to bring peace and stability to our country. we must be honest enough to tell ourselves the home truth. If we don't tell ourselves the truth, we will live here, go back to our places, and live in delusion, thinking that we have had a summit here. It was a very good summit, well attended by everybody that is in the hierarchy of the leadership of this country.
His Imperial Majesty Oba Dr. Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, the Oni of Ife, in his address, said attention should be focused on fundamental issues and invest more in our diversity.
If we invest more in our diversity, which is our greatest strength, across the entire country, the most populous black nation in the world, that we should know that our diversity is our greatest strength. Security matters are very sensitive. We all know that. But how are we investing and impacting moral values even in our domestic homes, in our children, in our domestic workers, the place of work, each and everybody you are having dealings with, people in the market, you that you have been placed very highly and you are responsible to the society and to your country as a whole? How well are you impacting morals?
In his counsel, he charged all to be morally upright, as this is what forms character and behavior of any peaceful society and overall development of a country.
How well are you selfless in your approach? All those bits and pieces usually add up to the entire reasoning, ways and manners that a society will be formed. And overall, how a country will be developed. Look at our country. Over 70% of the entire population are the youth. If you look at the category of criminality in this country, you will rarely find anybody above 70 years old. They are within the age of 18 and about 45 to 50. Why are they all engaging in all these nefarious activities? How well are we discharging our responsibilities very well? How well are we all giving back to the society? We should ask ourselves all these questions so that this problem will not keep piling up one after the other. Ladies and gentlemen, security issues across this country, the depth and the development of it for us to have a better society depends on you and I.
The Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom lauded the Inspector General of Police and described him as a man with passion for the security of the nation.
So I appreciate him for bringing us together to find ways of providing security for lives and property, which is the primary responsibility of any responsible government. I think it's coming at the right time, and we appreciate this. And I believe that the outcome of this summit will go a long way to provide solutions to the security problems of this country.
Optimistic that the outcome of the summit will go a long way in providing the much needed solutions to the security problems of the country.
I believe that this summit has the capacity of finding solutions to the problems of security, because there is no one that is out. Mr. President is here, our royal fathers are here, the security men are here, we politicians were here. And so, what else? All that are required to be here we're all here. So I believe that at the end, a solution must be found. And this time around, because of the sensitivity of the security problems in the country today, I believe that we will not just leave the thoughts after leaving this summit. Like my colleague said, we will definitely join the federal government, the local government, and the security agencies to ensure that we implement the resolutions coming out of this meeting. Let me say that we talk about the issue of kidnapping, other criminal activities, herdsmen, and farmers' clashes.
The Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to the Inspector General of Police, Malam Bala Ibrahim, shed more light on the theme of this all-important National Security Summit.
Current issue of kidnapping, farmers' pastoral crisis, the issues of intolerance in the society. We are no longer our brothers' keepers. Everybody in the society used to be homogeneous. Now it is increasingly becoming heterogeneous. Now we have to find out what exactly is happening, especially bringing in traditional rulers who are supposed to be the custodians of our characters. They know the society better than anybody. So we will go beyond theory and look at the practical reasons that are responsible for the deterioration of security in Nigeria. So I think if this summit is properly addressed and we take to the advice and we look into the issues and papers that are presented properly, we probably will get out of the woods.
I think that will have a positive impact in the situation of this country if we make use of the outcome of the summit. And that's the most important, because it's not enough for us to come here to make it a jamboree. At the end of the day, you dump the outcome of the summit somewhere. So, good have come. Then the implementation of the summit is another. Of course, sure, you have the best brains in this country gathered here. You have the president of this country represented. You have the IG himself here, and all the CPs, Mr. State in Abuja, and all the lawyer for that we are all here gathered. So all the stakeholders are here, and we all mean well for this country. We believe in the oneness of this country. We believe in the unity of the country.
Former Kwara State Governor, Senator Shaba Lafiaji, who represented Senate President Bukola Saraki at the occasion, also has this to say.
Yeah, I think positive things will come out of it. First of all, the circular invited all that are connected with the peace, tranquility, good administration in all the states, in all the local government level, the traditional rulers. These are the people that are absolutely important. National Assembly has been brought in. I think that is also important. Given the preliminary speeches that have been made, I do have a high hope. The Sultan has given a very wonderful speech. The ONA has given a wonderful speech, and this is what are in control of the grassroots. We have had the governors also. They've made some suggestions. I hope this will be taken into consideration. From all this, I believe that we are on our way.
The Galadima Fulani of Nigeria, who was also at the summit and visibly impressed by all said and done, called on all Nigerians to shun violence in all its ramifications.
Honestly, I'm happy because we have so many Ajis who they are fast. But this IG, present IG, he do something which in Nigeria, even president himself, he recognizing because he do the well. What I'm not thinking is the thing what the IG done. The IG called their attention and all the chiefs, please, they should make sure that all this thing will not happen in this country again. Kidnappers, thieves, many things. If fight start from one state or local government or anywhere, I want IG himself, him and his people, to investigate, to make sure that whose track they did this thing. Because So many times I've been seeing people, they are being arrogant people. They will go and fight, or they will go and snatch people from various places, and they will come and fight everywhere to kill people. And because of there's no investigation, they will call Fulani. Everywhere they will call Fulani. Every state they will call Fulani. Every local government they will call Fulani.
It is not all talk and deliberations at the summit. There were various displays and playlists performed by different units of the police force to speak to the minds of Nigerians and to display their combat readiness and alertness to nip in the bud any category of crime.
It's very nutritious in the body, and this our baby needs it so much. The last time I drank that no, if you see the way I slept in, we'll wait for them here today.
My neighbors, how are you? It's good to see you. How is the baby? And the husband? The mom? It's good to see you. You have something for me? Thank you. Yes. Oh, wow. Yes. We have something for you. That's what I want.
It's so nice.
Guys, my cows are very humorous today. Yes. So just drink it.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I will see you tomorrow.
God bless you.
The king has decreed that every man and every woman must assemble at the public square tomorrow by noon for an important security summit. By this information, every man and every woman must lay to rest their cutlasses and their horse in order to be able to attend this important security meeting. My people, remember, they stitch in time, saves time.
You all. My people, I extend my greetings to you. Thank you very much. I welcome you all to this all-important security summit. But I must say that the incessant violence that has occasioned this meeting is rather unfortunate. However, in spite of that, I do see a silver lining at the edge of the cloud. Yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Why? Because we have called and all of us have answered. My people, it is said that conflict begins in the minds of men, and therefore the defense of peace must also be constructed in the minds of men. Today, my people, I urge us all to bear our mind, say it as it is, air your grievances, for that is the only way we can chart a course towards peace and moving forward. Thank you very much.
My daughter, you have spoken well. We have lived in peace for many years in this land. My name is Alhaji Suleimani Gogobri. My two wives, all of them are Christians. From different tribes. They have different children. Wallahi tallahi, for God's sake, tell me, how can I kill all these children one day because of religious or wallahi, ethical value, the what is calling by myself? Definitely, for that peace we have enjoyed for a long time, we must continue to enjoy that peace. we must discuss. Say our mind, say our truth. Wallahi, that bit is very, very important here. Let's embrace peace.
Yes.
This is very important.
Papa, did you just say peace?
Yes.
Peace?
Yes.
How can you talk about peace when people are being kidnapped?
Exactly my point.
My husband was kidnapped a few months ago. I think that was not enough. Some people came, invaded our land, and killed my children. She's right. How can you talk about peace when the real is the peace that I cannot travel to my village? Just to be, I'm afraid that my kidnappers will not relate from the road.
Madam, control yourself.
We need that peace. We need that peace.
The problem we are having in this community is this too much English. Too much English. I cannot, as a young man, stand and look at my community. Mad people will travel across this country and come and slaughter my people. Real innocent daughters. I cannot take this any longer. They must leave this community.
Yes.
You are pointing your finger. You better point it at yourself. What do you mean like that? Even my grandfather, he graced his animals upon this land. Even if my belly water, it is planted under the Baba.
You are better than killing. You better than killing. Yes, I will
But look at this now.
I will appeal to us to be mindful of what we say and how we say it. For this is a very confused. So do I. In this land, in this community, we have lived for a very long time. At least I'm one of the agents that is in this community. I have witnessed many of you being born here. Right before my eyes, this girl was a small girl when they gave her this man. I even heard when she delivered so many children. I told her, we have been united all along. These ones, we ask you people to help us in little matters like vigilante, just to control small things. Then all of a sudden, I started seeing you people with one kind big weapons. I don't even know where they come from. And many people begin to hijack that weapon. And then you start doing so many things. Here's the men. I saw you people when you were rearing your cows. Only with this small stick. All of a sudden, I started saying, bah. Yes. Where does those people come from? I don't understand. Who knows what solution? I don't understand though. I'm confused.
Oh, my sister. My heart is in pain. I observe the following as a problem. Politics and politicians. Ethnic sentiment. Religious sentiment. Our porous borders. Okay. Ineffective internal security. The police. The immigration. The custom. The civil defense. And we as well. We should provide effective and valid information to the security agencies. With that, wallahi, we are going to realize very correct this in this very land again. Yes, that is
If I say I am not angry, I think I'm telling lies. I am telling lies. Yes. They encroach on my farmland and destroy our see that tempers are rising. It is understandable. Properties have been destroyed. Lives have been lost. So our pain is understandable. However, we cannot dwell on that pain. No, we are here together to rub minds together to chart a course for peace. At this security summit, you have all aired your grievances. It is time for us to chart a course forward and live a peaceful society for our children. We are children of one mother, or are we not one anymore? I said order. Like I said before, you have all order people, and all your points will be taken into consideration at this security summit. However, let everyone know that henceforth it is zero tolerance for violence. For these unscrupulous elements in our society, whether in high or low places, that take advantage of the unemployment of these young ones and equip them with weapons for them to unleash violence on their brothers and sisters. Be warned. The long arms of the law are coming for you. For henceforth, it is zero tolerance for violence. No one has an excuse to unleash violence on the other. As we have aired our grievances at this security summit, we shall have appropriate channels to channel our grievances. And for the youth, do not submit yourself to be used as instruments of violence. Zero tolerance for violence. For to keep this nation at peace is a task that must be done. Therefore, when the drums sound,
let everybody answer!
For farmers, if you have had your land encroached upon, crops destroyed, we have heard your voice. From this summit, appropriate channels will be instituted for you to channel your grievances, but no more recourse to violence. We must keep this nation for our children at peace. Henceforth, it is zero tolerance. Therefore, when the drums sound,
let everybody answer!
And for herders,
where they are used for the detection of IEDs. They are also deployed in the south east for the tracking of kidnappers. These dogs are trained locally and are typically deployed even abroad. But the police need to know that the Nigerian police force has an ultra-modern training center equipped by the IGP Ibrahim Seminary. The training center is well within the strength of our dog, the German Shepherd, the Rottweiler, the Labrador. What you are seeing is one dog and a handler for a team. But operationally, there are 20 policemen here because what one dog can do, 20 policemen will not be able to do it conveniently.
What for? What begin?
This particular dog is a German Shepherd Grey Fox. It's equally established because it carries the rank of the handler. The next stage is an interview. Several times, the tenant has deployed in a restricted environment where intruders are not allowed to enter the environment. This scenario of what is of God and the manner of God. And into that is a different environment. The handler demanded for an identification which he offered, but he was not satisfied. He suspected having something. That is the reason why God apprehends criminals. That is why I say what is foundation for life and knowledge.
You are blocking us now. You drive us from that side. You guys are blocking us. Hey! No drill liver. Until when? They steering them. What with mouth and cat? Sorry. Now we
Now, as the police department work to see the K9 has signified to us that this boy played by the side of the vehicle is lady with objects of threat to the RED. On the basis of that, the EOD has deployed what we call robot. The essence of this robot is that it's capable of picking the device so as to minimize save the lives of security operatives who might be deployed to attend to the RED. The essence of this is that this device, this robot, is going to pick up the bag and take it away from this point. And what it's going to do is that it's taking it to a point where the only claim is safe to either render the device safe or to do what is called a demolition defeat. And that is what it is doing right now. It's going to pick up the bag and lift it away from this point so that this vehicle, the protection of life and property, which is the core responsibility of the police, will be accomplished. No life will be affected, and the property will be vehicle and will not be anywhere.
You're a police and I'm going to talk to you.
And this is where the robot is. Because of the atmosphere and assault, they are air conditioned. Not a car inside them that enable the police system to work. Behind them are just carrying what is called frequency jammer. That frequency jammer records the frequency from every high wave of the island so that when the cannot be worked. Starting from the youth
All states supposed to get this. The money they don't want this.
Oga, please.
You don't pay ransom.
I know that, but no matter how, but this is okay.